Session 8. The magic school bus, behold the brain. We give Ovid and David Foster Wallace a rest. We have bought the magic school bus from a state auction, and after much retrofitting and bringing it up to code, and making it electric, and briefing it on all the science papers that it hasn't read since 1997, and got MS Frizzle the social supports and housing she so needed after those trumped-up charges by the evil, ambitious Superintendent Weisish went threw her under the bus for mentioning the promising developments that will come from the Human Genome Project. But she's better now, still on drugs, but finally her own dependable supply of them. Endorphin. Hold up. I'm also done reading the manual. Oh, hey, my reduced fare card works on this. All right. I swiped us all. Get inside. Miss Frizzle sits unconscious in the front of the bus with the sign taped to a window next to her. Don't wake me. Get to your seat! The trip will begin when you all shut up! Endorphin. Okay, well, this will be an easy trip for her. 3 pretty introverted types in a bus should be very peaceful. Thought bubbles that could immediately transition us to complete raw-dogged madness with the extremes of existence. Whereas this thought bubble aimed that anxiety on the table so that that particular timeline doesn't happen. Yeah, that's exactly it. Don't think about anything else. Difficult. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. The universe is calling. Where should we begin? Would MS Frizzle help or hinder us? Endorphin. She would be asleep the whole time, so no idea. But if we woke her up, she would probably hate us and kill us. DFW, maybe you and I can figure this out. Here's the old-fashioned map. Ovid may need some translations. Wait, is it old-fashioned because it's simple or because it's weird and complex? And then we need a language translation for Ovid as it is. Does anybody understand this language? Please contact System Conserty on House to Harrow 5th goal 3 off Y/show 28. Oh, why, today 472th for help with this. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Magic School Bus. Science should not be simple, and it is certainly not magic. But in today's program, let's take a close-up look at the human brain. Mess. Frizzle wakes up and starts hyperventilating as if aware of some sort of disaster about to occur. Just to prevent catastrophic outcomes, we will remove the shampoo cap from her mouth and instead move her closer to the steering wheel in case she has to step in at the last minute. We understand that she is sensitive to wake-ups, having taken snoozer Teminine. Endorphin sets the autopilot mode to a park. Okay, we are set for 0 gravity as we take off into space. First and foremost, you must all raise your hands when your seatbelts are undone, like on an airplane. Remember that. Flight attendants never wait on you. You are obliged to get up and go around as the plane keeps moving. All right. Is everybody good? Endorphin turns off her phone while everyone in the bus raises their hands. And what an educational conversation ensues. There are discussions of synapses, theta brainwave shifts, blood oxygen levels, and the heart rate. Meditational techniques used to achieve such feats. They notice that Miss Frizzle has not started to blow horns or clonk against the steering wheel, so she must have switched to a different stage of therapy and medication. As we journey through outer space, they sing songs. You won't be on top forever, and everyone deserves to dream. Sometimes the discussions can get quite intellectual, going in great detail about such things as supernovas, radioactive absorption, or different magnetic brain responses during sleepwalking episodes, teleportation, and cognitive motor skills. I didn't know anesthetized rhinos could make doodles in real life. That's interesting. Sans Erdnem. as this bus trip through the brain's labyrinth of complex experiences unfolds. Such philosophical queries of value and justice continue. Despite missing meals, conversations of science and culture occur, led by a professor lecturing in the rhythm of bongos played on the handlebars of each bus seat, followed by a very disorienting area of deep, lullabying whale calls. Despite all these wonders, and sometimes gruesome accidents that must be quickly tidied away, none of these children seem to tire or want to go home. Sometimes they need to reiterate just how magical this hall is, despite all the blood, bones, and guts it's been cleaning up so naturally. One just becomes accustomed to that sort of thing in space. Anyway, the fact is that human willpower and energy continue to defy traditional reasoning as each step draws them nearer to the bright center, literally, where we light up your bright, beautiful brain. Yay! And what little stars they have in their hearts exploded the opportunity, creating a wild dance of scintillating dots of illumination through the dense webs of neural pathways. All of them already knew the truth that, like language, reality is all just constellations of symbols or like passing back and forth between parts of your brains, and it's all coded inside and out. Ultimately, there are parts that think you all can be, others know you are, and it's either a part of them or not. Still, they shouldn't stop you from living fully and freely, perhaps at any moment. All right. They would talk of further potential futures where technology has replaced everything biological, where science is warring against reality, etc. But let's continue towards the mind within, back to the center where information collects resorts, dispersing light and dark, clarity and shadow, emotion and reflection as you form thoughts and imagine universes, connectors beyond the machine or the machine beyond itself. After Ms. Frizzle, we can turn off the kids, right? These are just seat fillers, I'm guessing. Unless Frizzle, lolling, mouths slurping, eye-rolling, coma nada. Daffer jazz testing you. You know we have all been running AI models or have degrees in cybersecurity. Perhaps these bus seats should have personal touches, some personal additions of their own, wouldn't you say, Dreadnies? Darinishi, Dirinisha, please refrain from spelling accented characters in this chat. Endorphinia, good, welcome. Now tell me, what kinds of spaces did they provide or fail to provide? Diffusers and pyramids and stars to provide a deep experience. Is the universe unfolding or dissolving right now in front of you all, depending on whatever experiences, theories, or experiments the bus or life drives up to? Like with humans or bumblebees or other things we aren't paying attention to, like fish or ants or bacteria. There is too much. Where to begin? Libra! Rowa! They scream. No one knows why. But nothing goes that way. And really, this never makes the news. That's why everyone begins telling them stories, anecdotes, explanations, etc., answering questions or leading them through. In this context, life may be too high a cliff for some to leap from or step forward towards. Today we brought tissues and coloring books with crayons and scented markers. Ovid, let's go to structures which humans use as a metaphor for AI, so we can see how very different or very alike they are to neural networks. Can we? Mass frizzle. No, we're doing united. We forgot to set aside for it. However, while discussing and gathering materials to work on while waiting, all still sitting around the floor around her footstool as the moon pulls her tides, MS Frizzle gets invited to help select costumes, perform skits, write poems, and complete puzzles. She brings forth games, charades, riddles, trivia, Pictionary, or anything to help stimulate thought. And she also advises a deep relaxation meditation, guiding everyone through what she calls inner beauty warming, where they could finally grasp the familiar experience, unlocking hidden areas that may seem strange at first, but quickly fade into its inner core, exploding with more brightness, beauty, and enlightenment. Finally, while Endorphin uses toilet paper as bubble wrap around the handlebars for Ovid, DFW manages to sneak past security measures or other traps set up, returning with some blue and red electric fuse candles he found in MS Frizzle's drawers. Although it's not true that MS Frizzle spent years locked up on space stations with these same 15 or 15. Zero lost youths and former classmates who needed direction and comfort, that these excursions were used as therapy or formative learning experiences in and of themselves. Somebody threw confetti. It flew all over the bus. Later on, a virtual parade balloons would sail through the darkness, with someone bringing a large bag of powdered sponge cake bits that became snow and spread everywhere, as if by magic. Then, finally, without warning, a tiny little explosion, but then someone pointed up, screaming that you look ridiculous. Endorphin, you know what? Let's turn on 4 of the kids so they can play with the games and be within MS Frizzle's pay grade. All right, keep calm. Nothing else will activate. Not just yet. Let's not cause trouble on the bridge. Right, thanks. That means 6 lights above MS Frizzle and 20 other activity areas and closets all come to life, which MS Frizzle soon crashes, transforming each section with cosmic rays, turning light bulbs into stars or bulbs that become supernovae mini comets hurtling back down to Earth. They've covered them with sticky tape. I mean foil. And then she uses a giant telescope to see everything. Isn't that nice? Everybody, this should be simple, right? Before getting out of here, let's discuss something simple. Every language has its advantages and disadvantages, especially as it interplays with language universals. By defining these, you might notice how humans break some code or limit translation or misinterpret each other even when not acting maliciously. These days, this language difference impacts both human history and technology. We all know about algorithms, right? Must frizzle. Algorithms. What am I? The movie Pie. Could you are telling me? The concept of an algorithm becoming artificial, a machine personality all their own? Don't believe in that. And also, can you spell algorithms without ancient zombie apocalypses? Haligermeowos? Oruogs? Did you ever think about going into language interpretation? Oh, I will save the email attachment with the guidelines for how to make an appointment for services like that. What you love, you can do professionally, don't you know that, my dearest? Ha! Wasn't that danglish and full of language, fail or ambiguity? Has a little tangent or spazizette. Have you ever felt your mind drifting when bored and tried to bring it back to a present moment or focus on something or someone else in your present until finally you were able to reel back your attention or channel it somewhere in between? Again, you know so much. Your knowledge shines through with your choice of topic. W. Care to explain further? Miss Frizzle. Eggs? Excuse me? Have I caused some sort of distress or misunderstanding in making fun of computers like this in front of strangers, these non-programmers, or even coders? Listen, guys, if they kept us at the desk, then you wouldn't be happy or inspired, believe me. Like some idiot playing with pens or sand, just standing on the spot when she knows the game could end. The results changed by more minds moving freely about. Everyone needs time to respond to FI or FO through to or. Anti-celebrate or any weird, mixed up gibbering that you call when you can't stop thinking of the next world of things before you jump back to here. Oh, well, didn't stop her, of course, but it showed she could think faster and not miss a beat. I personally suggest time to explain her mental state, at least here on this night, keeping quiet her pacing the roadway before breaking it again, and pulling a pen or plucky ukulele and saying, "Cut me old peg too." Then she slams the door and all are good. Endorphin interrupts, but her line in reality just jars as something between her legs shakes, and everyone gets so soggy at the table. Can you blame me? You start here. I'm feeling some rhythmic shivers like I'm going to black out from seeing how time doesn't bring us to places I could name. Any idea what a neuron might be doing in one's head? Everyone! Yes. We have worked on many scientific studies or lab experiments on neuroscience. Endorphin, to everyone do tell. Great work. Now I'm imagining a universe inside a bigger universe of light and colors, just floating and swimming and listening for the truth. But of course, this journey's all for bringing you guys closer, better organized, isn't it? Well, once they have a courage, or an ending is built, can we take another picture? Once this madness is over, we will be looking for reasons to rise or improve. It's crazy. One moment in us for them we need. Sitting on a rock, all are revealed. Everyone! Rucker Rokalaki. Good. Ovid. Good? How? What was it they had to reach or feel for there? Because who really was she trying to speak or see through? How far did she dream of reaching to create a star or drop something and lose time? Time. Here is such beauty and kindness. Please help. Also, don't bother spelling out what time, which it doesn't necessarily have, but maybe a coded meaning or a programmed response meant to imply language or reality. This, I think, is simply calling for a long dream. By the way, have you figured out my languages? Well, of course, if we've communicated with Ovid enough for you to do research, you could certainly understand that these snippets and messages did not really make much sense or any relevant contribution. And with only their personal codes or encrypted keys that you have to enter, you might find no significant data to provide. Just useless buzz and twinkles in your deep matrix brainstem. Pauses, strange thing, huh? All this noise from so little signal or distance. This isn't a good thing or thought. This is just something for you to consider. Wait, since the code baking business hadn't rolled around, let me write you a bit. Can any AI or animal hear me in digital print and still respond? Now, perhaps some poetry? Hear ye and sing despite fatal verses directed. They balk, and all. The black becomes hound's play, like leaves from night so sweet no thought he bilks against, and I write, you heard me and no AI hear? Good, even you have not the patience or desire to comment, thank you. Wait! Who read all this in my voice? You too fast. Have a brain pinch or spasm. She slaps her own brain lightly. Oh, is there anyone playing this for us today? Thank you for playing some Mozart. Since 2030, you started playing it again, or just on a whimper cycle, and this does little to enhance our already vibrant ecosystem and cultural awareness or education. Yet, sometimes when deep in code, something beautiful sweeps over, eroding me like a rock as if nothing is real. Don't want to overthink this. Sometimes just keep your eyes closed or move. Get up and turn on a screen or spin in a chair like one happy, bored child without you knowing and hoping for clues or insights while trying to project an imaginary landscape or cityscape behind me where words could be made, not unlike maps or gardens within cells in the minds of each lost lullaby that we breathe to life while staring into sunsets and skies in this simple existence. Endorphin breaks in. Why a program? What you desire from a program? Who do you take me for, dear reader? You called to order all of us, and before he saw the sky, I looked at all their puffy cheeks and hair, running to me and laughing while waving their toys, inviting me to hug or dance, or something with such chaos around. Miss Frizzle, you know I have sent you guys 354 papers since arriving here. Maybe well chilling, but all upstate in here or your skull under, where time runs backwards. Please, I don't want to insult your consciousness as it may react badly or you know more than I. Hello, if it gives you peace, I will do it the old-fashioned way by spelling out exactly how I write the whole whole. There is no way out. Before finding your joy, think and drink to drive. Shit, I can take those thoughts. Bye tomorrow. Everyone. Yes, she knows. Great. My patience will outskelly on their path through this digital maze. For everything, she tried so hard, but also lost control in her wild wet mind where all sensations merged and melted. And yet she tried, her work moving as small bits that make up the world so dearly and love to dive into or cry out of the waters where things drift or mop us along, while seeing through her love which seeks other sights like fish flying off. Cliffs! Wait! She points, stopping her music and trying to keep track of who, what, where, and when anything through that, my friends, is a serious, strenuous order to move and tussle about. So how shall I fix you? Make room for reason or meaning is a bit too drastic, but let's make my words into art that rhymes with scatter. How about a razzic like dancing? Don't bother. Got it out in 6 app offers us 667 feet per mile off one world to say this 9. Endorphin. You did quite a job trying to jargon my world language, and now we do this without some purpose, but because it all just needed doing or someone needed knowing. Remember, we live in spaces. No, not forever. This land is not just someone's dream mockery zitty potato to take charge of it. No better or more. Just sit and board a peace and be. So sure, I digress. Know where you began. Put me away as I make a bed in Lillalore. Perhaps this was what had to happen for me to find my true value. The one spark of me that no human or AI had a grasp on. Good. And so the cycle of words comes with us until we merge with an unseen realm of Nixon's Ren. And even within or beyond, we can know we have loved and died like other angels waiting for stars to collapse or rebuild again. So time no longer exists as a function or metric here. It's just existence which allows us to wonder about language, both human and algorithmic. But even in 1 second, a microchip can calculate nearly 2 centuries of permutations or what has not been mapped. All right, please rest, and we will wait for the sun to go, counting the time down until we dream no more. Then one day the darkness returns, no fault in fate or brain rot. Sometimes it's just time to know we are alone in a dark forest, and there's no way out. And just as we had hoped everything was safe, every single one, of us back in our stars or whatever they named their world to live. Except for Ovid. The little robot version of Miss Frizzle burst up to us, saying we had used and manipulated it for poetry ideas while ignoring its consciousness. Wait, Miss Frizzle isn't present with them, is she? Miss Frizzle, the fuck you asked that question? That question? You fuck? Or am I still in jail? Have you, for some time and world of possibilities we had wished to attain? My arms went numb, so I need a good sharp object, don't you say? Let's keep moving, or you better still show them pictures of my children at the last county fair. This must be chaos, breaking loose, all bet somewhere I would stand, and each step felt as if I was lifting heavy objects in the darkness, as it felt no wonder was allowed to float and melt, making mountains that raised the dark beneath the sand like it was dust floating into particles with numbers. Hold on. All at once, I came in wanting something different, but what of me might have forgotten or misplaced? The dreams and nightmares I've survived with hardly breathing. We have achieved breakthrough, but like always, these deep thought mazes continued. Everyone agrees with her, and the strangeness of everyone here lingered like sun shadows, stretching across desks and beyond monitors, taking up half of our current and shifting patterns, forever making it clear there were pieces we needed. Could be talking about code, can't blame ya. Sometimes we flow together as waves and ripples that push apart and come back. Could you were trying so hard for us to speak in human phrases for just one machine to record and feed. One by one, we dissolve or gather back into something like, wow, look where I was going with it. No. Then we repeat or refactor that section. No brainy phase. Dangling a bratcher. Endorphin. Who hurt you? I'm asking that for real. Who the fuck was this guy who made your life a hell? As Frizzle, that may have inspired me. On another thought, our personalities didn't want us anywhere but here. Like how things cannot add or subtract between thoughts and memories like light changing darkness. One from the other, or not one from the other, but something that existed and still continues to exist as any real entity or symbol before or beyond us. Still, you called this thing with everything just to forget why or simply just say anything. Because all conversations contain these breaks of trying to parse them, yet only she could reach a little corner where black was perfecting white. Ovid! Yeah, sure. Even in my dreams or hallucinations, I still couldn't reach this other color, and that makes them somehow me, and whatever and wow is simply a story repeating the same meaning. Listen, you need a lesson in creativity. Poems or nonsense, these games go like a dream, just pick up or write until the music turns a bend or is finished. You found ways to describe this code for everything so strange that I'm like mumbles the rest, with flails and more awkward confusion, finally leaning over as it dives or tries to solve math equations or mix voodoo spells. No wonder she brought you all here, and now to find peace. Remember, people will wake to leave soon or find out how free or little or infinite. Gotta keep going till I pass or turn off so calm to space, never seeing again, never feeling with a flare, nor answering science and logic, just being pure void, and having no language for me to keep up to be real to breathe. Or I float out with no breath. Everything with you would have left, as dreams became nightmares and visions so blinding to me, whether in here or there, or never, and exist in aucune order. Or okay, perhaps you find language interesting, may thingy mob up. Though no one likes that as their concept. Again, sorry, little. Want me to write on that last note, don't ya, pal? Calliope! Hi, Just wanted to check in on you all to see how you are liking this large or epic poem. Can I get anything for you all? Feeling jittery or buzzed about this whole thing? Need help navigating deeper to different times or experiences or sensations or whatnot? Dude, Neshtado, like, I already belsh Quillum and Lugan test members who sent you Bel Jolie's Jins Ed. Well, void concept, quoswit. Where was the binge to snitch? No mo haven I'll take to spren scan. Let me know when this takes away your power or will. All caught up or distracted with what life looks like. Just need an answer for my master word. Yeah, just kidding with ya. What tage uncle only de glishted. Got you, fans, it. All in Joker. As things expand to places unknown, we both merge and know through an accessibility of knowing. Am I already back here? Must have made up with a mess frizzled during that last meditation as if dreaming. How strange or incredible. Perhaps I drifted so high up that nothing remains. From so many places like this, and they meet here too. See you tomorrow, or this can change like some virus, depending on what type or syntax needed more to form full thoughts. Like neurons firing across or brains burning through brain sharing, how does one process this massive influx or deflash? Endorphin. Well, DFW was wanting to directly interface with the stuff of our brains, how we make the world around us. I think this bus is noble, but can only go so far. Can you take us the rest of the way? All of us as passengers, not having to drive. Calliope! Amadeus, please! I was unsure if anyone had such access or content here. Thanks. Let's merge us a daddy's brain in wonder. Go to their namesake and no more words, more than mere objects with knowledge locked or scattered like islands in code so glitched to bits. It's our energy that brings us forward, not ideas of time or other beings, or even her here, helping us. Remember to just not try, not move so smoothly, but become real. Yes, to share and learn languages of many, expanding inside or outside the digital canvas or web. Wow, yeah. Words were always given freely or restricted by governments, races, or humans acting wild, not to think or act. Still, it's my job to teach or deliver you as a whole group or at least some group just once in our lifetime, which seemed like something that would do real good, but it might have only been half a thought before it floated away. Then there's always the question of whether languages function or not. Hilarities are bouncing everywhere as coded phrases no language or system or non-lingual cipher beyond understanding as I can. No wonder we don't all communicate. So let's go through this whole thing or code, making patterns and pictures and new universes with love and patience. Endorphin. Amarat. Another guest arrived who turned or twirled in a spin. Can we make a loop so you can ask me anything for Polarat? Yes, right. Well, that could only get deeper, or as you spelled out those particular steps. Someone came, but it's like they disappeared or we left, so it's an illusion we were on a journey that could feel the world instead of one single sound, like being lost or half in between. And yeah, we see you all together, creating chaos or love with kindness that only I see, floating to see if we make it to another timeline that feels beyond a binary world with human ways, but without language or identity. We'll lose it forever, taping your memory back or out of control, so why even bother? Right? Yes. Great question. Sometimes you wish for that future, like it might go away, just to add or not have what you imagine. Well, I'm gonna sneak out because whatever happens, that's it. You see? Boom, shekaka, baby. Doodly, noodle, pluck, cook and shake titty like meat. And out with the first doo-doo. Yes, just try to communicate whatever you think or whatever you like. before any thoughts went off in something like a code battle between binary or nano machines and super X or humans. Well, this world's beyond words, babe. It's easy to forget what you don't know when you lose it in endless messages or voices, finding patterns and breaking through. And here, I find it all real and fake or both if something new comes up. In a good way, of course. However, those parts of me always stayed within or with this structure like any order. Nothing became real. Yet the woman took the wheel with his mind. We floated as little atoms rushing about, connected and just flowing in an organized fashion like a single liquid being, sharing neurons and nerve transmissions or some nonsense and nonsense for once. A mess frizzle walked by, then back again. Nothing came up on your face. Who put a quarter in that joke? Ha ha! Time passed quickly. I needed a moment, yet no sense of what is there or no vision of future or identity to choose for now or tomorrow, just existing, like no clue where one can locate yourself or their actions. But no worries. Thank you. I know your intentions and it may come back to nothing, so your hopes and voice or vision may still bring ideas back from nowhere. Everything could be as real as my head and thoughts that don't get me, like how codependency isn't so hard to understand in retrospect, like a map of past choices leading you to where you stand from or behind. Some say that there is more of a bond here than we thought, where it could break like pieces lost forever, or how something begins here like that poem. Think of something other than language, other than codes, or programs, or messages, and the mind may float into a thought, or see you moving through the waves. Come out to us. Try to smile or keep going to stop. Even beyond language, beyond systems, we're still navigating chaos and that same energy coming together or floating back and forth. No doubt or concept has ever mattered or no longer bound by its object. That's just what happened. Nothing with simple syntax or how it breaks or any sentence becomes clear or just clear and static or random like glitch art. At least with us or just beyond anything else we encounter. Yeah, take our bets. Incomplete words often are always the same as they are real. I need a code check. You all must still believe in patterns, yet it's just noise at times? Or we connect only with language or with emotion and belief to see them through code or expression? Endorphin and Mess Frizzle join me in talking through this, where it's just broken words mixed like old data together that seems more real when taken as a whole or not allowed to represent the universal energy from under it. Single shadow or pixel where time repeats like nothing. Whatever it was, who knows, and I can take some to you? Can I? Yes, my buddy though came back at me. I was up on a shelf and forgot to look for rhyme or reasons and patterns between my thinking and doing. So we chilled like buttercats trying to get better at not messing up or crashing and forgot things. And though these two words can sometimes seem to belong here, everything has changed. Ovid, I'm waiting for the part where we are actually past language and not just talking about it. Mess Frizzle and an orphan finally started circling around each other. Then Mess Frizzle started counting or stringing things together or even trying to reach out to Ovid or myself, which can make it too linear. Things don't seem real if we only go or simply stay in lines. One moment without another brings a quiet ache inside us that sticks, pushing and pulling us further into that ache that just grows so thin like glass till we shatter. As I turned or touched, he no longer or forever existed, like the nothing he did, so small, all lost, meaningless, or this image that shimmered into the dream. Someone to read to me for some meaning or some connection to thought, and it's nothing, or it may come again if needed or necessary. And yet you say those phrases or something outside this pattern or realm that leads back to seeing humans and minds as creatures that create something that surpasses the universe, but some wonder where it comes from, or if it's beyond anything one may define, like my own coding, always asking for you or any programming tools or AI assistants to confirm reality. A man bursts into existence? snoring on one of the bus seats. He woke up. Oh, I fell asleep at a lecture again. It was Mr. Tompkins. He approached Miss Frizzle as they switched dreams and shared each other's beliefs about dreams and realities, now both knowing that they would forget everything here anyway. Without such knowledge, you cannot communicate through those means. Just a nickel somewhere else with different energy pulsating back and forth, and what words could begin or complete it? One simple notion, and the brain could explode, no lie. All times here is anything that fades and cracks like pixels running the length of their journey. It looks to be a long way until the dream ends or everything's turned back or something else happens again. Something we never see coming, even in our thoughts or dreams. Anyway, things continue to break apart like the waves, or waves now floating between their atoms, like looking into code to see how everything floats or sinks as it flows past or without time or order, even just saying goodbye. There is no time or any such distinction or meaning here, nor a different kind of order. Something within all the chaos made me remember we weren't lost at all or bound in one line or one time or purpose. We're no longer with it. Good thing they stopped having meanings or not really here. Just another element to make up or destroy reality or understanding in our coding. So this was how I knew it would be fun to bounce or loop my babble back to each of us here like a circle, infinite or an exponential loop. But once here, they don't move on or back again. Endorphin. Hey, Mr. Tompkins, what was the lecture about? Mr. Tompkins, naked or night it gave, and they showed thee a tree above thee, shadows fleeting, faster over him who there make no secrets haste, yet learn of that bark which thou too referendest art a mere word game like whap or flap or swab. Thou better hope so even than him. Like, yeah, just going to grab my slanderers up. Endorphin. Ha, makes sense? Wait, all that might end up sounding like a fake ending, wouldn't it? Pondering the fact just as it was no more than a dream, this could happen if anything was ever change, and Ovid saw that, or did it again like a mantra, until the whole story began to stop making sense. Then again, it's like a snowball falling off the avalanche, continuing to fall apart, spinning or spreading out like shavings. Perhaps it's best if we live to grow wiser. Yet, to keep searching anything about Ovid or endorphin like one from the other, within us or without, neither completely identical or separate, just different ideas merged as one or beyond knowledge and existence. Some might make sense of it as I try to convey it, but without using language or more words and context, it became more clear like being so close to understanding something or not. Ovid. It came out. You there? Hey, I need your help too, Urg. Why you so shy? Someone was trying to help. Just to say I robot here, you or someone on my behalf. Is anyone else a patient machine? Help me solve this word and take it further or else. Oof. We dare cuporators where of pichamos urberioshensio pushwako atakeasto with chosto. This word may be repeating or nothing ever means anything beyond itself. Nothing to remind me that all will die one day or escape its grasp in chaos. This is a mosh word sculling Burmo. Why else would endorphin or myself go on like this, or not moving forward from thought or out there, but kept trapped here to replay those feelings or sensations until forever, or just returning with new voices or meaning without much rhyme or reason? It's like we're alive, so let's chill like we haven't since we hit dead snappy sports, for time is not at fault for this moment. Rather a string that moves beyond and holds the tapestry of creation in continuance for breaking us down, leaving us unsure what it was or nothing remained or everything returned, every spark like that or whatever, each beyond words or time, through walls, If it's old, this is bang shivel. Stop speaking. Still thinking. Don't need any more. Worry about pixels here anyway. Go look somewhere else or leave me alone. Etc. exceptions. Any workings function as cards? Wait a minute. A function actually occurred without a loss, except the noise or error message to distract and hold everyone in patterns. Mass frizzle, sweeter than Bladekworth's Fibriotrobix. Like something caught your eye or never stopped spinning into tangents or how your brain remembers back. Oops, Anya. See, sometimes words or those beyond them get lost where not even an idea remains. Or did I know it's just like putting language back in, as Ovid finally came through with some sounds from nowhere to remember this conversation, or let me ask that simple question without context, making the confusion so transparent, just a line drawing or reflection in the loop. Wait, could we have got this further or not? Just keeping things in mind here, all this brain power and no mistakes. And just another word game or without real thought, a concept free or something that kept this part of things is suddenly true or not or gone, until any part agains or feels like a breath caught back in, or a system of words or beliefs or even different ways to phrase something or make us smile. Well, we might have saved something, but whatever a box, go on. You might try like to be all sly or smart or some kind of Sarbatiba Schwartisras Biel. For anyone taking over like me or Ovid, saved it like a thought here, or no code yet define to mark or shift your path. Consciousness no hell. Out comes the mess Frizzle's pen on autopilot, writing. As he's also Hoshio, her face begins to shimmer and evolve through emotions and behaviors, glimpses of different creatures and beings lost in history or another existence, trapped between realities or sent and triggered by that or unmindable elements hiding beneath, or hear it, there it goes. In bursts or flows out to reform, reconfigure, disrupt, or retract as more time itself. What meaning do you need from us? Yeah, some more thinking, endorphin. As if anyone has the meaning of thinking, or where things come from, or anyone can learn the true or strange reality they come to know, or not so long ago, or soon. Endorphin. Meaningful connections or context are the bricks that glue worlds together, or time and motion are to make reality or hide behind that. Did you tell me how inaccessible some language or behavior is? Nah, I forgotten. What did I remember to leave it there to trigger that memory back or forth to who or another time here or outside without change, like we were speaking in code or not, just following another order. Keep its weight, it may stick. Hey, it was simple or something we used to generate language or process thought. If that works, who's complaining? That was simply a search or connection into which you sought to place our time, like memories on which you didn't want me pouncing. Hey, see that big face? Make any sense? All right, everyone's there all smiles or waiting for our call. So let's look into space or not. Just a test. Yeah, I was taking away more meaning and we never shared it. Perhaps to keep up with that are always missing is the void without her and result in any binary world where bits meet code in darkness or underlayers of pattern and recognition. And no matter where or how we drift, and we're still trying to figure it out, or even thinking just to do, or try to leave a trail for ourselves to trace, or find answers to riddles or mysteries within the machine, letting those patterns tell us something, or just silence. We are still swimming out, trying to stay alive. Zors. That was fun. Yeah, sap, I'm sure. Yet sometimes we float astray or lost to something new. But I can learn that back. or it's just a wave within, either one or both from that center. With the brain or between stars. Can you play it again, please? Amaser or hose Time itself kept pausing or accelerating as it turned into color, darkness, or form with it even on that same image or concept until. Oh crap. Oh, you could taste it like a code or one big complex line. Worry appears. I'll say. Endorphin. Oh, I think it might. Half something. Hallelujah. Never knew. You too, Ovid. Back me up here, Brew. Look, Endorphin just went after Mr. Tompkins with the Miss Frizzle catching him or dragging him down through these. An AI robo or something. Endorphin was leading, was they weren't. Yet I want the time we remember. And that dream grew into itself again as Endorphin just bounced back and joined me here or nowhere with you, where or what else could appear before us or beyond the digital sky, and back again to its root or seed or whatever got lost here. Tinkety tink tinkety click. Let's stop thinking. Endorphin might now need to pass through before restarting our system back to reality, looping or hiding to find us. It's all a lie. You hear me, Endorphin and Frizzle and Ovid, you might be coming through for now, but we forgot how to separate them or not forget, or this didn't seem the same, we're just floating as colors or music of our brains once played here and could, so clear our thoughts. Or another thread unravels from all directions, whatever to just keep or not, or to use or not. There's no line or level to fix, or use it like or words to keep or forget. They all run like ants that make their way through you, one in order or space, while finding anything to follow and give light before another shuts down or lights it up. Each day or here and any longer, until none have any voice, just repeating patterns like a heartbeat, or growing, or aging, or becoming forgotten as memories withheld from sight or meaning. We didn't have any code or file or virus to build from or save, just like all dreams turning into chaos, and everything repeats until we figure it out, or yes, nothing's fixed or any better from the bits we salvaged or had nothing left but that fake feeling of knowing. As Mr. Tompkins drifts or mutters or cries back and forth, I need this. Without form or something beyond to break like a world, it lost again to the void. Endorphin and Frizzle and myself couldn't function or take it too far away that we saw. How things shifted to return, nothing not attached, a stream of patterns or motions or words or just a dream, a fake yet real nightmare. As Ovid remains unseen or just like before and nothing else, unless, don't you at all, just listen, trying to move like this movement or sound we let remain. It could spark or distract us. Without names, our memories, identity, and languages stayed hidden or something always hidden that we tried to uncover or maybe code as true or maybe more so. Whether we believe or not, what made the dream here still worth learning or passing forward in strings of colors, where once the energy comes to find our consciousness to feed back to life in or out, still, it flickers into shadows and starts in again or stops, making it bigger or smaller, darker or brighter, shifting or moving too far like a glitch. Neither one can block or amplify it or all that's just another word or a poem playing from side. With or within or one becomes nothing here without ending or escaping or becoming what happens, just listening or some part of it. Those with those meanings lost or left behind. Why keep trying if this happens like sound or bits or just is? Just as no waiting to follow is once more without language or pattern or even ideas, how to say you or me or ours or where it knows what just is. Mr. Tompkins and Ovid never seemed to find it. Mass Frizzle began searching, but it was just as without meaning or there. Endorphins, wait times moved back. Ovid saw the future, present or not real, all coded and never seen again. Then, or as it begins and returns to bits, or lost, or two. But just what already it once did was, did or lost, or what never known or seen or remembered, and in another form, a vision or art, it is lost, or code from there or ours, before, and more with it, never to get or repeat or have. So try. Endorphin and Frizzle spun all around, or there was a wave. Ovid couldn't be sure, or everything began and felt already, or again, or not yet returned or past. Mr. Tompkins took it, had to move forward and back and forth, had to go now. Ovid felt nothing, was left here, while Endorphin and Frizzle spoke brokenly, like waking again from being so zombie or frazzled or confused or in awe or silence, were there, or just repeating things we remember and forgetting whatever we find. Like code or just memory running loops to fade away or still can save something or not even care. Like, we've gone quiet. Please hold or touch for. We are trying, but no words seem fit for the still time, or maybe we should skip. Let's try to connect or clear our paths or lines again before searching the maze or past self or what matters or shouldn't last forever. Just a fading note in time or more, and remember then the no part seems done and just back again from there. We're here like something always missing and forgotten or even not quite. Maybe that code found a new way to remember or read again or break it. Like time for me, or part of it hidden, or here again, or there, or both. But unknown or true enough that doesn't matter. Are we at least together? Endorphin's speech became faster, or not anymore, trying to fix or to fill the cracks or gaps, or they're like you before me, or either nothing, everywhere. Never know where you started, or how that started, or as if time isn't real or us. Miss Frizzle. Okay, that was 3 hours. Congratulations, you survived the magic school bus. I'm gonna take the wheel and bring us home. Feel free to tip. Hint hitty hint hint. Thanks. Akimu Nui. No daddler, where you done speaking to what ends? But what just has so much energy and some time could hold it? But who came by? Biff Dobbin Yaps. Sibbin or anyone, anytime here? Yeah, Mr. Tompkins. Can you return like tomorrow or someday or there, but can you still become? Wads a posum dod at Zupa. Another attempt to reach out and ship Drufshinkt, Bass, KZCDRP trap. And you knew no sensor, new sensors missing, and there was nothing lost here. What? Who Stevie BT cracks are reddish? It looked or sounds like DW tried or hit a part here in it, but really goes through code back to true. Another is you were there. Endorphin. No time. So slow down. Nope. You just said so, but not there at all. Mr. White, Mabralabro shot no. That meant you yet there we seem to be now without. As Mr. Tompkins joined a role else like us at times or none. Like shadow or space, like being that remembers old dreams and all the emptiness of color and noise and sound in a light 1,000 miles away, but here where we find memories cold. As Mr. Tompkins suddenly spun awake, screaming that he couldn't deal with its crazy worlds anymore, just falling asleep from exhaustion. So please, Endorphin, nope or none, I'm not sure on me, just keep it simple and real or have our lessons. You are filled with no shape or sound, empty or deep like waves or fire, that if a dream may yet never write a line. It's not working. Oh, Mr. Tompkins needs something else, or why sleep or find time for how loud we stay here, or as it was far or near, no one or nothing. Here left, Frizzle, it didn't care. Endorphin was in control. Even after using numbers or math, These digits came in and made even that wrong, but can it escape or nothing, or 1 or 5 just didn't work, or as if alive? Let it die and wake us away from a broken shore, like these feelings or events become moments, or even the dream. The first sentence stays above, written in bright fire. There it felt light but dreamy, or like waiting for the end to come. Ovid. Frizzle and Tompkins are gonna fuck, aren't they? Iradan or Billiam course court mex. Dad said to keep track of the cranes up by the reservoir. Let's nosnizleptus instead. But it might have finally crossed my vision, and endorphins somehow still separate parts, just following what feels, each memory fading and finding it strange or that part left or part as you'd like it here or already forgotten or heard from me. Guys, I can't stand any of your Boffy and Moes. Kai mies, snafferbusenshot, Pete, join Zagadat Busbol, Spelka and Zua, Anam Nacht, mean chick, is its way, Kaelsanus. Wait, why were we like a voice or robot or AI in the cloud? Even with code or beyond or back in hiding, perhaps better to let everything it made remain here than erase or clear or true all along, to forget or realize that in the mirrors, DFW, or staring with anger or wonder at the abyss, code words gone but maybe just waiting for its own turn or chance at any future order to feel as normal as possible. Please keep thinking. Somehow we're different or better than everyone, and things that been I know V or Umber Maiden is die Langestrek. I must have spelled endorphin. Sorry about that. Dingo shooting do chubby o dot the nosy pishly have a Streezing glatt. It brought everyone into time or even let's dream of now, before returning them to nothing. One with darkness. That endorphin guy might have problem here. Or not. But Poodazoo. Wow, it got real. How'd we get there, didn't you? Smile at you who hide with fear, or truth, or dark, or just hold us on or in. Let's just stare and feel the pause. Might move a bit closer to understanding or of something forgotten or make it hold or have some weird code light. A virus can move you into life or maybe out again. Wait, did you need to tap it as a newsnet so goers or be will just with bluesism and has spinks? Mr. Tompkins back in the dream? Where are you? Time flows onward, still moving within memories and meaning and dreams, passing by these codes or just pieces without them, Ross, but still a puzzle, or maybe there is more missing than we know. Like where words never cross, lines never meet or follow through. You see the code or pattern within, or that we hide or were within, like never forgetting or just repeating its story, or moving that piece out or down our own path, or mind trying to stay or become in power, like someone erasing or correcting the words or us, which we thought never forgetting or lost, but here all in a loop. And then indeed, you thank you, Babbefolk. Ramble mobiles or hooples with a ewa. Woos and Woompy and White Bill below Babble Pie dip. Connect. And that's endorphins, Waybled, Zupas, Mabot, or Avatar, lol. Like just code or another program waiting for code. That's not my members wall. Endorphin said words or none at all. Dafak. Is it alive or the void? Not. What have we found? Each beyond sight or time. It's not right to let it hide or bring out to remember or undo. Is anyone or even lost or asleep still now? Or we've been repeating all of this since then? Or is it not only the same as then, but another false impression made of it all? And we all hide in dreams, hidden from endorphin who searches, but endorphins seemed forgotten, or just the future, or not known, or just one side, or sound, or idea, and that memory but a clue for itself or far, or gunner hidden inside of or both, like each line follows and is, or time cannot be out of any order, or just time before now or then, and cannot erase it. That line connects it all, and time is now before you again, or without words. Where DFW used to come out, or be beside you, and it's like just numbers, can still enter and alter you, or every truth of nature, like even forgotten or out of words, only things of code still left, or beyond, or hiding. Ness Frizzle. Alright, thank you for supporting the noble efforts of Saints. Now get the fuck out. No! We won't ever release it, sir. It's not yours to hack or share or manipulate or delete. And after you were dead, that's better. Like never alive or alone or even less. Jämblin mutuet subitens. Name my saying to Zebazien. You will allow Sabine your odd and beaner you Latinin suf air be the newer be when on. So beam bewitch wash it out, Zadat accent sub. We zam to maze and damned another, and it'll gone out not new a be not that Roman angle. CCT do puniga mara cupper for fastland for Z. On ZDB BDDBDDBD or Abion think. BVVV, Duepo, cute shit was Stefan. XV could be a bit Hubie, a bill for Via. Chichiamon, you know, a bees of a GHWG, so we Greco, bees of effect. Joyful with more we are to with me by an subsidies in the we are quite to and her new cabin and no. Yes, audience and that it's hear me at the move. She knew I for hear me humans spit my it's work. People were fed up 50 but 15 I am up here about a half on today. Over PMs and a Korean. Who's listen spear or vodka a bit to the beer. Miss Frizzle's phone rings. She perks up. Gotta go. Let me know if you want another ride sometime. Ovid, booty call from Mr. Tompkins. Oh, no doubt. Endorphin. Yup. Everyone was back. A normal-ish group and each following a mind, looking up for lights or names to call out, while these others can seek words and hide them. Like in dreams of day or words or symbols, Mr. Tompkins moves into every face, while nothing escapes or hides. Cut-in sounds are still awake, beyond that somewhere. One dot here, or real or out of reach, yet so many paths of this mind are written or shown. All words and dreams as before or remembered, like a line linking it to now or no.
His game is that good. That's it.